There are two kinds of Chicago house music. One is known because of the warehouse music, which was really disco. Okay. The second one would be circa 1983, beginnings of 1984, when the real first Chicago house records were made.
I was right there at the beginning of it. The house sound is basically just low budget disco flavor, without the budget to get the strings and the horns and the cooing singers and all that other stuff. It's just really, really stripped down to the basic elements.
When a lot of the early drum machines and synthesizers came into the picture at that stage, and you found that you could do a production cheaply, I think that's kind of, motivated a lot of the younger guys that came out of that scene in the early stages.
Well, you got to remember, it's like a new Sonics, yeah? What you've had before, people have been listening to 1970s records, James Brown, right? You're hearing like funky drummers, live bass and all this, yeah? You've never heard 909 drums, you never heard synthesizers played badly, but put together with like slamming drums.
I mean, it was rough, very rough, and very underproduced, and totally different to anything people had heard before.
I always looked at it as like penetrating, hypnotizing. Acid burns through. Well, this music would just burn through your soul when you're on the dance floor. Just like it just hit you, and you just couldn't shake that feeling. You just want to dance all night to it.
Chicago artists tended to use a little bit more of a disco basis for their music. In Detroit, we didn't use that.
In Detroit, they weren't hung up on disco. In Detroit, they were into European records. In Detroit, their heroes were Depeche Mode and Yellow, New Order.
You always hear the phrases where Kraftwerk and all these different groups come into play when people talk about our history of music. But I think one thing that gets lost in that is that the connection with the guys in Chicago. It was so important. Without it, we would not have been encouraged to keep making this music.
But Derek and all of them were sending tracks over to Chicago and getting them played in like warehouse and stuff. So I would say it's more like a sister-brother kind of scenario from one city to the next.
Each different city had its own unique sound and style, but there was this real vein running through the whole thing. So whether it's Detroit techno, Chicago house, or New York garage, they all fall under the house music umbrella.
It sort of manifested itself and then exploded, towards the wind. And the wind went that way, and that's where England came in.
It was just a fresh sound. I mean, there was a bunch of us that was all, DJs that were always excited by change and new things. So the fact that there was this new source of music, it just had to be looked at.